Okay, so hope so far you have the clarity on what is the purpose of garbage collection, okay, and why we need the tuning of garbage collection. So let me give you a quick recap of the garbage collection and then we'll move forward. So what is the garbage collection? So garbage collection is the process to clean your heap size. That means to remove the unused your objects from your heap, okay, to create the sufficient room. Okay, so now what we have learned about that, suppose that this is your heap size, which we have of 5 GB of allocation. Okay, and then we have a major two partition of the your heap. The one is the young generation and second is called the old generation, right? And then we discuss about that whenever a garbage collection run, okay, it look for the heap size, okay, and then it clean the unused object from the heap size, right? So if the garbage collection is running on the young generation size, okay, so this is called the minor GC, and when it is running the complete heap, including your old and young generation, okay, then it is called the major GC, right? It helps us to identify the proper heap size that is required for your JVM, right? So with proper GC tuning, you configure heap size with the XMS and XMX, so JVM has enough breathing room, right? And choosing a GC algorithm. Okay, so now this is the second part which is very important, which algorithm you have to select for your JVM. So there is a by default one JVM is already there by default. But again, based on the requirement of your applications, your pause time, the response time that is required for the application, you need to tune this particular algorithm. That means you need to enable certain algorithm based on the requirement of your applications, right? And monitor GC logs to analyze collection frequency and duration. So as discussed so far that you need to analyze the GC log files, and to analyze the GC log files, you have to enable the GC log file collection at the JVM level. Okay, now what is the way how we can enable? I will tell you. So this way you reduce the impact of GC and ensure the server is consistently responsive even under heavy load, right? So what are the overall access we are doing? So as I said, when the GC run, it pause your JVM. Okay, that means whatever the application that is getting processed inside your heap, there are multiple objects of a particular application inside the heap. Okay, and if during garbage collection this heap is going to be paused, the whatever the request that is getting processed by the heap at that particular time will be freeze. Okay, so there would be a small delay in the application processing. Okay, so most of the time it happened for the fraction of millisecond, and if it is a major GC, then sometime it can go from 1 second up to 3 seconds. Okay, so now the overall purpose of tuning of the garbage collection is to identify the proper heap size, okay, and to eliminate or you can to minimize the pause time of your applications. It's not possible to eliminate properly, but yes, due to health of use of certain algorithms, different kind of algorithms, we can tune this pause time. Okay, that I will tell you in the next slide. So now to enable the GC logging, you need to add certain parameters in the JVM level. So till the JVM 8, if you are running the JVM Java 8, the parameters are print GC details, print GC timestamp, X log GC, and then location of the log file. So this parameter, or you can say these all three parameters, you need to add in a JVM. Okay, and once your server startup, okay, it will create this particular log file in this location. Okay, and it will log all the GC details, and this log file you can use for the tuning purpose. Okay, and in detail I will explain you once we will move to the next session, which is the troubleshooting. There I will show you, okay, what are the different commands that you can use for the analysis of GC log and what kind of analysis that you can perform with the help of this particular file. Okay, we have a detailed session on this and the next one when we'll move for the troubleshooting and monitoring. Now if you are in the JDK or Java 9 or later versions, so the format is a bit different. Okay, so this is the format for Java 9 onwards. So with the help of that, you can enable the GC logs, right? So now here are the different type of garbage collection schemes or algorithms that you can enable for your JVM. Okay, now but again depend on what kind of a requirement you have, what kind of a JVM heap size that you have for your application. Okay, based on that we use the different kind of a algorithm. Now let me quickly cover few of the important things with respect to the garbage collection algorithms. Okay, so first you can ignore the CMS. this CMS garbage collection scheme or the algorithm is depreciated. This was the way to enable at the JVM level. Okay, so this is depreciated from the Java 9 onwards, and from JDK 14 onwards, it is completely removed. So that means from JDK 9, okay, this is still available, but depreciated, that you can't, that it is recommended not to use this one. And from JDK 14 onwards, this option is completely removed from the Java. Okay, now second, from JDK 9 onwards, okay, the default GC algorithm is G1 GC, which is the most one of the efficient algorithms out of all till now today, based on the multiple test regression testing that has been performed with the different applications under the different loads. Okay, and after that it has been decided that this is the most efficient garbage collection algorithm, and this is enabled now from JDK 9 onwards, right? So by default, if you are on JDK 8, okay, then by default the algorithm is parallel GC. Okay, your JVM is running parallel GC if you do not have added any of the custom garbage collection algorithms. Okay, so this is the parameter which is used for the parallel GC to enable the parallel garbage collection, right? And before that, earlier it was, this is the one of the old algorithm, which is a serial GC. This is the way how we can define it. It is very clear from the name as well. Serial, okay, one by one, right? So it is not a good algorithm for the production environment or for the multiple CPU, multiple core or multi-thread environments. Okay, so this specifically it was designed for the small application and for the single threaded environments. For example, in development and testing, okay, this can be utilized. Okay, but now it is not in use today. Right. So now we have eliminated few of the algorithms. The serial GC is not really required. We have eliminated this one from the list. CMS is depreciated from the 9 onwards, and from 14 onwards it is completely removed. Till JDK 8, the default is parallel GC. 9 onwards, we have G1 GC as the default algorithm. Okay, so now one thing is clear. If you are on JDK 8, okay, then for JDK 8 as well, you can enable this G1 GC algorithm. Okay, so this is going to definitely going to increase the performance of your application. Okay, even in the JDK 8, right? And apart from that, we have two more. The first one is GGC, okay, and second is Shenandoah GC. So these are the two more algorithms that is available. Okay, so this GGC is available from JDK 11 plus, okay, and Shenandoah is available from JDK 12 plus onwards. Okay, and this is the way how we can enable that one. So by default, if you are on JDK 8, so in JDK 8, you can apply the G1 GC. This is the parameter, right? If you are 9 onwards, then most of the time this G1 GC, which is the default algorithm, may be good and sufficient for your applications. Okay, if you are on the 11 onwards version of the JDK, then you can do the experiment for these two as well. Okay, now the different conditions for applying these kind of a JVM heap size are mentioned in the use case scenarios. Okay, so specifically when we talk about a G1 GC, which is the now default from 9 onwards, this is specifically for large heaps with balanced throughput and pause time. So that means if you have a very large heap, that means you have very huge requirement and you have a very heavy application, okay, which is running the heavy load. So for that, you need the balanced throughput and pause time. So for this kind of a requirement where you have a very large heap size and you need the balanced throughput and pause time, you can go for G1 GC, which is the default one. Okay, and ZGC is again for very large heap and for low latency application. So you have a large heap, but the latency requirement is very less. Okay, so here when we talk about G1 GC, where I'm saying balance throughput and pause time, so may be possible that most of the time your applications are running certain batch jobs. Okay, and there may be async jobs, asynchronization jobs where the response is not really required at the real time. Okay, so for that you can do a certain kind of a compromise with the throughput and with the pause time. Okay, so so for that this one is sufficient. But if you have a certain kind of applications where low latency applications are required, for example, trading system, right? In a trading system, you can see that the rate of the stocks get fluctuate in front of you, in a fraction of seconds, right? The delay is not expected there when you are doing a trading for the stocks. So these kind of application where the latency requirement is very low and the heap is very large, for that you can go with the GGC. Okay. So now second, for the other one is Shenandoah. Okay, for that, the use case is low pause Java apps with large data sets or interactive response need. So if there is an interactive response is needed and low pause Java applications with large data sets are there, for that you can try this particular GC algorithm. Right. So these are the important garbage collection algorithms and details about that one. Which one is the default, which is now depreciated, which is going to be the default one from 9 onwards. Okay, what are else apart from the default one, which you can try out for your applications based on the use cases, right? And if you are on a Java 8, the default one is parallel GC, and in the 8 you can try for the G1 GC as well, and this will definitely going to improve the performance of your application, right? So now we are going to discuss about the performance tuning of data source.